Always wanted to be a blood-sucking evil supervillain who terrorizes the innocent and dominates the world? The hell is wrong with you?
Get some help.
Well, at least you got a kick out of Rising. Check it. You play as a pissed off vampire.
Arrgh.
You see, centuries ago, some dude named Dracula thought he could be king shit of the land.
Fuck you!
Some vampires didn't like that idea. So the War of the Vampire was on. In the crossfire were humans, who sought Jesus to help eradicate the vammies. Jesus answered and gave them all Jesus powers, which they all used to destroy the vampires to near extinction. So your pissed off vampire comes back to reclaim the land.
I'm a vampire!
Get in the game and start a server. There's a whole bunch of server settings you can adjust to make the game as easy or as hard as you want. I didn't realize this until later, but we'll get to that. The dude bro vamp looked a little goofy, so I went with lady vamp. The first thing you might notice is that the sun is an asshole. Stay in the shadows or you'll be fried quicker than a chicken wandering in a KFC. This mechanic actually makes fights more interesting but can be more frustrating. And it might be the only time I actually paid attention to shadows other than turning the setting down to make the game run better. Second thing you might notice is how many different materials there are. It's a lot. Like, a lot. The game looks great, the aesthetic works really well, the music does its job, and the world feels immersive. Running through the roads, terrorizing the villages, sometimes running into different factions, battling it out on the roads, which is nice because you'll be running grocery errands and these little pricks can fuck your day if you're not paying attention. There's no pausing in this game, even inside your server by your lonesome, which means if you want to take a shit while outside your castle, you better shut the game off or you'll come back to a deep-fried vampire. After killing a few bosses and earning some new weapons and spells, you can mix and match different combos. I go for the pistols and raising as much undead skellies as possible. Building your castle is really cool, and you can make some pretty dope looking evil layers. Moving furniture around is really easy, but you will be smashing a lot of rocks and cutting a lot of trees to get there. Keep in mind this is using default server settings. The lag can be annoying. Sometimes you'll be running down the road and the game decides to freeze up right at the perfect moment to put you right in the middle of a mob of high level NPCs. There's some animal transformations you can do as you progress the game, but you'll be spending most of your time running around your castle as a wolf. I was really excited to get my bat transformation that you get with the second last boss, until I found out it has the same limitations as teleporting. This was around the time I discovered the server settings. You can't change these settings after the server is created, but luckily you can if you do some tinkering in the game files. There's a bit of a tutorial at the beginning of the game, but it fails to mention a few things I had to look up, like how gems work, repairing, where to get certain items like sludge for the sludge canisters. The dust collar is cool. Have a human slave? Bam! Right in your prison. Which, by the way, the prison system's a little fucked up. Around level 50, I did feel like the game was getting a bit repetitive. Craft gear, kill boss for a new recipe, make better gear, and so on. Playing the game with friends definitely makes the game more enjoyable. You can play in co-op or in PvP, which might be why certain server settings are the way they are by default. Despite its flaws, I think Rising is a game that's worth checking out. The price is fair and will definitely keep you entertained for a good while. Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe.